Yo, what is up, guys? Oscar here with a new series of the Washington football team grades. Where if y'all remember, if y'all are my constant viewers and subscribers, you know that last year in 2021 season, I did a playlist and videos grading each position of the Washington football team, from the quarterbacks to the running backs to the wide receivers, things like that. And I made my way all the way towards the coaching. So I'm going to be grading the coaching. I'm also, because Washington also got, management, I'm going to be grading their, team management. Well, the football operation of things. I'm going to be grading those guys too in this for this playlist as well. This is a pre-recorded session on StreamYard, so I'm looking to see if this would work. I'm gonna try to upload and edit. I'm gonna try to edit and upload these. If I can't edit correctly, then I'm probably going to upload the whole thing on YouTube as it is, but I'll try to um edit the clips out, upload them daily, things like that, maybe one or two a day. I do want to get this wrapped up before the new team reveal next week. So I have my days cut out for me. It's kind of good though that there's not a lot of football going on. Real Madrid is on an international break, so Sunday is my only day that I'm not gonna not gonna do anything because I'm gonna be watching the AFC and NFC championship games. But hopefully I'll complete the full recording today. I'll do the editing, and depending on how long that takes, I could start uploading tomorrow or Friday if anything, if nothing pops up. But let's go ahead and talk about this, y'all. So first and foremost, I'm gonna start off. I'll do the coaches last, like I did last year. So I'll do the coaches and general manager or whatever Marty Herney's position title is or whatever. Last. So I'm going to start off with the quarterbacks. So the quarterbacks for this year were Ryan Fitzpatrick, Taylor Heinicke, and Kyle Allen. And then Garrett Gilbert came in as the quarantine quarterback. So hold on, guys, here. I'm going to. Okay. If I needed to pause for anything. Can't find the pause button. Anyways, so let's go ahead and let's talk about this real fast. So quarterbacks, Taylor, like I said, Ryan Fitzpatrick, Taylor Heinicke, and Kyle Allen started the season as the three quarterbacks on the roster, and then Garrett Gilbert came in for one game as the quarantine quarterback. I'll talk about Garrett Gilbert last, but I'm going to be talking about Ryan Fitzpatrick, Taylor Heinicke first. So, and then I'll give my grades as a whole at the end of each little segment or whatever. So first off, I'm gonna do Ryan Fitzpatrick. Ryan Fitzpatrick really didn't do much. You know, he struggled in that first quarter that he played for the season. He got hurt, dislocated his hip or whatever it was. I don't know what it was called. I'm just gonna call it a dislocation of the hip. So he went down for the rest of the season. So Taylor Heinicke came in relief week one against the Chargers. Played very solid. He didn't pick up where he left off until the Giants game. But, Ryan Fitzpatrick basically stole money from Washington, got 1 year, $10 million. And I don't know what Ron Rivera Marty Hurney, Martin Mayhew were thinking getting a veteran because, there was whispers of bringing in Mitchell Trubisky, maybe Taylor Heinicke being the day one starter. Who else? What's this guy's? Marcus Mariota, things like that. And we end up settling with Ryan Fitzpatrick. And, that was just a really bad investment using him as a bridge quarterback because he got hurt. And Taylor Heinicke was the guy from the second quarter onwards. So, it is what it is there. Like I said, Ryan Fitzpatrick didn't do anything at all. I don't even remember if he threw the football or not deep downfield. So I don't even, we're just going to leave him aside. Taylor Heinicke was, like I said, all the offseason hype, all the, preseason hype, even I hyped him up because I liked him better than Ryan Fitzpatrick. I said, Taylor Heinicke should be the day one starter. He did show flashes, but he was kind of like he was kind of like a Ryan Fitzpatrick. He had good moments and he had bad moments. There was good Taylor Heinicke and there was bad Taylor Heinicke, like the Bills game where he had 5 turnovers, like the Saints game where he had the turnovers that cost the game, things like that. So Taylor Heinicke just, for a guy that took the team 7-10, was a pleasant surprise because I actually had Washington going 6-11 or something like that. In my in my schedule predictions. So, at least Washington won one more game. If the season was a 16-game season like it was last year, Ron Rivera basically did the same thing last year, 7-9, 7-10. So, know that this, Taylor Heinicke experiment has to, now, look towards the future now because we know that Taylor Heinicke, he is a solid backup. I think that he would be a good backup, a solid backup to have, but I don't think he's a starting quarterback, at all. So he got Washington to 7 wins, but when it mattered most, like the 4 games, Washington, started 2-6, and he played awful in that 4-game losing streak, the first 4-game losing streak. Then he led Washington to a 4-game winning streak. In fact, Washington was in a playoff spot when they were 6-6, 5 games left, and the 5 games were all against division foes. And he finished 1-3. And I won't say 1-4 because he didn't play that one game. So when it mattered most in that 5 games, he got the win against the Giants, but the 2 games against the Cowboys, 2 games against the Eagles, he did not show up, or the 1 game against the Eagles, my bad. He did not show up in that one in those games. So because of that, Taylor Heinicke and Ryan Fitzpatrick, I'm not going to give him a grade because he didn't do enough. Where he didn't do a lot or nothing, next to nothing. So I'm not going to grade him because he got hurt. But Taylor Heinicke, I'm going to give him a D+, just because he did make game plays, but when it mattered most, he folded. He couldn't get things done. So I'm going to give him a D+. Garrett Gilbert or Kyle Allen came in relief of Taylor Heinicke in the first Dallas game when Taylor Heinicke got hurt. He basically led Washington to the comeback. Granted, Dak Prescott threw interceptions, so I guess the defense also gives credit, but Kyle Allen, in my opinion, didn't do that bad, but he did throw the game-ending interception that put the game away for Washington in that Dallas game. But he did throw a 34-yard bomb that, what's this guy's name? DeAndre Carter dropped. So, if DeAndre Carter would have caught that, who knows? But, it is what it is there. So yeah, I'm going to give Kyle Allen, you guys can disagree with me or not, but I'm going to give him a C just because he actually tried hard to bounce back. Next up, Garrett Gilbert, and I'm gonna save this guy for last. Listen, y'all may disagree with me, but that Eagles game when Washington got hit by the COVID bug, Garrett Gilbert is not the reason Washington lost that game. He was not the reason. There were certain, that was due all to coaching. So I'm not gonna, he made big plays. He didn't turn over the football. I think he had a touchdown pass that one game. So he did enough, but the coaching, held him back. So because he was a quarantine quarterback and he, wasn't responsible for the loss, I'm gonna also give him a C. So if you mix that all up, the quarterback position will be given altogether, wow, C minus to D plus. So that's my grade for the quarterback position. And obviously, I'm gonna be doing videos and segments talking about Washington offseason moves, things like that. Like I said, this is a weekly show or weekly podcast. These will be on podcast platforms. Anchor, Spotify, you name it. Those, all those links will be in the description down below. So make sure you guys check these out. Off-season videos. So, but yeah. All right.